Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Lesser Known Gems of British Television. I'm here with Chris Cummins. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
You are, yes.
Okay, that's sometimes I mess them up. I have a last name myself that gets messed up all the time, so I know what that's like. But anyway, I'm here with Chris Cummins. He's here to talk about Peep Show. Um, Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about Peep Show and why our viewers might enjoy it?
Okay, so my name is Chris Cummins. This would have been my third Dragon Con. I'm super bummed to be missing it, but hello, and thank you for Mark for letting me talk about this. Peep Show, this is it right here. It stars David Mitchell and Robert Webb, who I first found out about through the Mitchell and Webb look, their first radio series, and then their TV show. And Peep Show kind of tells the story of Mark, who is played by David Mitchell, and Jeremy, who is Robert Webb, and they are kind of mismatched roommates. And it's basically their adventures trying to find some purpose in life, trying to find kind of their way through that weird point in our lives where you're done with college. You're not quite an adult, but you are an adult in that you have to pay for everything and bills and everything. And it's that's really kind of the most broad generalization of the show, because what is so great about the show is it's told from the character's point of view. You only see characters as presented. The camera presents as if the characters are talking to each other. So it's kind of an interesting visual gimmick that the show has taken. And, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but by the time the first episode is over, you're all in about it. Now, the thing about Mark and Jeremy they are a traditional kind of English comedy odd couple. I always compare them to Mark and Ford from not Mark and Ford, Arthur and Ford from Hitchhiker's Guide, and I really want them both to be Arthur and Ford in the remake of the Hulu remake of Hitchhiker's Guide, but that's a whole other thing entirely. But they're real mismatched. They're friends from college, but it's kind of one of those relationships where they've completely outgrown each other. And they just kind of are forced together by inertia. So it's just kind of Jeremy is kind of this drug loving, very sexual, very listless and rudderless kind of musician type, and Mark is the absolute opposite. He works when the show opens. He works for a credit agency. He is all about his career. He's all about loving history. He's a big scholar of the past. He relates more to people in the past than he does to people in the present. So both of these characters are a very, it's that traditional thing where it's two people who should not be in their lives together, and yet they still are. So throughout the course of the show, there are a bunch of supporting characters. One of the best is played by Matt King, who British comedy fans may know from his radio show, The Sofa Time, which he did with Nick Frost. And he's a great actor, and he plays Superhands, who is kind of this Jeremy's kind of drug-addled best friend who's known to like go off on crack benders and, try to cheat people out of their pubs that they inherited and things like that. So he's always got a scheme going. And the main other person in Mark's life is Sophie, who's played by the great Olivia Colman, who now is, of course, an Oscar winner. And she kind of, over the course of the show's 9 series, goes from being like the object of Mark's stalking desire to girlfriend to wife to divorcee to mother of his child. And it's just, there's a lot of supporting characters who come in and out of the series because, again, it does go 9 years long. If I had to pick a favorite episode of the one, it would be where Jeremy takes Mark to basically a stag weekend, a bachelor party, on a historical like river, not a river punter, and they go there, and Jeremy just wants to party, Mark just wants to read his history books, They wind up meeting this girl and her friend, and because Mark is unsure about the marriage, and Jeremy's always looking for additional love and sex, so long story short, they accidentally wind up running over one of these women's dog. And the rest of the episode is them trying to cover up the accidental murder of the dog. Now, I am a massive, massive dog lover. I've had a pug who lives in my heart. I love this, but this is one of the darkest, funniest episodes of TV I have ever seen in my entire life. Just when you think like Peep Show can't get any darker, it does, but it remains hilarious, and somehow the characters always remain likable, even though they're basically sociopaths in their own way. So I guess I kind of feel like if you're looking for a dark comedy series that you've never seen with Mitchell and Webb, who are always great, they're on Back right now, which is another great show, playing characters who are kind of like this. They always play variations on the same kind of characters, but in a completely different way. So yeah, I just can't recommend Peep Show enough. It is streaming on Tubi, and also you can get the first season was released stateside on DVD, but you can get this box set cheap through your favorite import retailer, and I highly recommend it. It's loaded with tons of special features, outtakes, audio commentaries, everything you would want. And Peep Show, it is just an amazing, hilarious show.
The only thing I would mention about buying the DVDs from overseas is when you bring them here to the U.S., you will need to buy a region-free player, or you can use your computer as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't realize you can't play DVDs from overseas. Now, I've had a region-free player for years because I get a lot of British shows, and like you said, a lot of British shows just don't make it out here in the U.S., or
Right.
they start releasing them and then they quit. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend that. Like I said, I don't know much about Tubi, but if it is streaming, since it is streaming on there, you might want to check it out. Yeah, I do know you can stream it on Tubi for free. So, I mean, even if they're only streaming the first season, you can watch the first season.
You can get hooked, yeah, and then seek out the rest of it.
Decide if you like it, and if you don't, well, you didn't spend any money on a DVD set that you aren't going to watch. So I'd highly recommend checking it out on Tubi first, since it's free. And, if you really like it, I'd probably buy the DVD. So anyway, thank you, Chris, for coming in. And
thank you, Mark, and thanks, everyone.
Hey, and I hope everybody out there enjoys the rest of this virtual Dragon Con.